Hey everyone, welcome back for another video on Legend of Mushroom. I changed my mind again. I switched to the Beastmaster after the Warbringer class and I wanted to go on the Mage. This is what I said on my previous videos, but I realized that I was way behind other players of my server in PvE. So you know what it means. I decided to go on the Plume Monarch instead. So I am working on that class right now and I am pushing the campaign. I am pushing the other content for the rankings and get more Skyrider passes and stuff like that every week. I think it might become my main class again for that reason, so I can concentrate on PvE and I can still perform in PvP, sorry. I really do think that this class is still very nice. In fact, I'm gonna show you both the PvP and PvE, but in this video I'm gonna focus on one PvE content. During the week I'm gonna release some more videos. I still need to try a few things for PvP, but the main reason why I decided to change is that I checked the ranking and I am currently top 24 on my own server. I know recently we had a server merge, so we have more strong players, but I am way behind other players, all players of my server. And I should be a bit above these players normally. So I am working on that, okay? And I want to show you something that hasn't changed at all on that content. It is great, in fact, for once to have some challenge. If I go to Nightmare Arcade, and this is going to be the goal of the video, I want to show you the efficiency of the build in the Molten Ruins, the Nightmare edition of it, because I cleared all the stages on the previous version a while ago, and so we have the Nightmare version of that and LM Thief for now, and maybe later we are going to have another Nightmare version of another dungeon. I am struggling to beat that content, and I want to share that with you guys, alright? But first of all, I want to show you what I can improve on that build. First of all, I have a crit resistance set, which isn't optimal at all for all PvE content. It doesn't matter to have some crit resistance. I want to work on my combo damage and crit damage first. So I am going to replace these ones in function of what I have right here, and I already started working on that. As you can see here, that rune is only level 11 and it gives to me plus 12% global combo, while this one, the old version, was giving me only 13%. The reason behind that is that in the past we didn't have access to the green and the red potion, so we couldn't focus on one main stat. So this is the build I had before the potions were available. So I am sitting on a lot of global combo. Look at that, 17%. I thought it was great in the past, but in fact I can reach something around the 26 to 27%. Between 25 and 27% if I focus that only. So imagine the power I am missing right now. 8% only on that rune here. There I have 8% one more time, so I can already have like more than 40%. Here 13% and there another 11%, so I'm lacking a lot of stats, guys. And I am currently working at the prayer statue. This is what I had before. Look at that. This is so far away from the max. I'm missing 4, 8, 13%, 20, 21%. And I have been working on that stat for a while. For now I'm lacking only 2%, but I still need 2 more stats, so I'm still working on that. And on the souls, I worked a lot on that in the past, so this is what I have. Global combo 10%, another 10%, another 10%, and I'm lacking only 4%. And the last thing where I can improve my character is probably on the Guardian, but as well on the Divining Path, because this is the one that I am using on the Warbringer. So instead of having a lot of combo, I have a lot of counter strike, but then I have a lot of pierce, and this is helping for both PvE and PvP, so why not, right? Enough talk, guys. I talked a lot, whatever, we don't care about what I am saying now. It's time to go in the real content, guys. And I'm talking about the new Molten Ruins in Nightmare mode. But for that, I want to show you the build I am using right here. This is the one. It is still working so well for all PvP, PvE content. You can heal an insane amount of HP, so I am pushing all content right now with that. But if I want to go on the content to increase, to have the highest damage, like the Molten, pardon, not the Molten Ruins, the Magic Theater, or the lava blazing cave. This is what I use generally. I am switching to that. And for the back accessory, I am using this one to increase my damage. But you know what? If I use that, guys, you want to see what is happening? I have a lot of power, a lot of stats on my account, alright? So let's get in here. Molten Ruins, floor 8. Okay? Difficulty number 4. Let's see what happens. Pretty nice damage, but look at the damage my character is receiving. I can beat the first dragon, then I have the disarm again, so maybe I'm gonna survive the beginning of the battle against the second dragon, but in 2 shots, normally he's gonna kill me. Alright, I could heal, thanks to the back accessory, but now the back accessory isn't gonna activate anymore. And I am gonna die in 1 hit, right? So I can't pass that content with what I have right now. The interesting part of it is that I can try different builds on that content as I was doing in the past. When I was pushing the Molten Ruins, the original one. And this is so great. It is refreshing to have that kind of content. But that said, let's get here and let's switch that items again. The candle artifact is insane for that content, as it was in the past. It is still unchanged. With the tiger back, that combination of item is just insanely strong even today. Then you have other items if you want to have more heals in battle, but you don't care about that. Trust me, you don't even care about that. I'm using the cheat amount just in case, but we will see that. If I can push all the 4 keys I have, we will see that. Let's check the heals my character is receiving. Look at that. It is healing instantly as it was doing in the past. These items are insane, guys. Heal today. I'm still working on all the items I have on my account, even though I missed a lot in the past. Maybe I'm gonna make a video to try to compare every single one I have. Whatever, I am trying day after day all the different items I have to know what is the best efficiency for the Beastmaster, for the Monarch, for the Warbringer. I just need some more time to try to find a better combination. I mean, okay, no difficulty at all for now. And there is something very important for that content, because we can access the stats of the monsters in front of the bosses. And in fact, before, if I remember, we were trying to go with a lot of evasion in the past on the normal version of that content, and we could evade a lot of attacks. But here, if you check the attributes, you can see the details right here. So ignore evasion, 225%. This is close to the max we can have in evasion. So you can't evade that content, you can't evade the attacks, right? And the boss has a lot of crit damage, but he doesn't have a lot of crit rate, in fact. 20%. So basically 9,800% crit damage. This is very high. So when the boss crits on your character, you take a crazy amount of damage. So maybe if you want to try to avoid the crits, you can try to increase your ignore crit. Like, you can do that with the dividing path. Try to have a dividing path for PvE only. It might help. Maybe I'm gonna work on that in the future, but we have only 3 pathes, and for now I'm working on the different classes I have, so I don't know when I am gonna work on that. But if you have at least a 20% ignore crit, then normally you shouldn't take any crit at all during the battle, and you should be safer. But still, the boss hits like a truck, so I don't know. And by the way, he has less counter damage resistance, so the Warbringer build is a bit more efficient than normally, but still, the Monarch is way more efficient. Alright, time to end that page. For now, I'm still taking almost the same amount of damage as the previous round, but I feel like I need more time, more hits to kill the dragon. So over time, I don't know if that with that build I will have enough time to kill them all. Maybe I need to change the disarm. I don't need to use that because I can heal a lot during the battle. So it would be more efficient if I was using something else. I don't know what is happening with my connection. I'm sorry about that. Alright, round number 3 on 5. But maybe if I take a crit, it might one-shot my character. Not sure about that though. Alright, only 2 dragons left. Normally I have the time. The last dragon seems to be a bit more tanky than the previous ones. 12 seconds to kill this one. And I still have the cheetah mounted just in case, so... Alright, 20 seconds remaining on that stage. I wonder what is going to be the difficulty of the next round though, because now, floor number 9. I'm just going to go back here and change my skill. Instead of the disarm, I'm going to try to increase a bit more my damage. I think this is going to be better. Here I had everything to increase my damage against bosses, so it should be perfect. Alright, let's go back in the Nightmare Arcade. Let's go here, let's check the attributes. They just have a bit more attributes. It shouldn't make a big difference. But a bit more crit damage. Now they have 10,000. And what about the rest? A bit more ignore evasion, so the higher you go, the more difficult it is to evade. Alright. Same resistances, I guess. Okay. So let's get in battle. I think I'm gonna accelerate the timer so it's gonna go faster. Let's go back in here and let's continue pushing that content. I still have 2 keys remaining. Alright, the first one is dead. It's taking the same amount of time as before for now. But I don't have the disarm anymore, so I deal a bit more damage over time. Wow, did you see the damage I took on my character? I took a crit. 100% it was a crit. But I heal a lot. Look at the damage taken. This is insane. Alright, last dragon. Alright, same result as before. 20 seconds left at the end. Last one of the day. And then we'll have to wait next week. I wonder how high I can go in that content. Like, I can get a lot of extra combo and counter damage if I can beat a lot of that content, so I'm gonna focus on that. Another good reason to play the Plume Monarch, in fact. So I will get more stats from both my Warbringer class, which is my main right now, and my Plume Monarch. Alright, I lost 1 second, so it is still very doable, right? So this is over. Now I can go here and I can claim 3.5% extra global combo and global counter. So what about the real stats right here? This is what I have right now, 56,000%. I know some players with 64,000. Yeah, 64,000. I have it's like with my Warbringer, I have a very high amount. I could have a very high amount of combo multiplier if I work on it. All right. So remember that amount, 56,252. Just gonna unlock that. And I got 250 more. 250 more. So this is clearly not that bad. The more I have, the better. Right? Very nice. So guys, this is where the video is ending. I could go higher than that, by the way, because I'm still using the avian that I use in PvP against the tanks. So it is not perfect. I don't need the no speeding for that content. I don't need the multiple shots, and I don't need that avian neither. It would be better if I was using the dense cloud here with a rage slash to have more attack in the battle, to have more damage against bosses. I don't even remember if it counts as a boss. I might might want to try that. Shroom Combo Rage bonus, this is the one I am using in all PvE content generally, so I might switch on that avian for the weekly content, and then I'm gonna go back on the rest to push the PvP. Rendezvous in another video for the PvP part of that, for the Magic Theater and the other content with the Plume Monarch, and for the Soul Rush event as well, because they have a lot of souls to spend as always, as every month. And for once, I hope that I will have some luck and finally get more coefficients and better affixes for my different classes. Have a nice day, guys. That was Actor. Take care. See you on the next video. Bye bye.